What's an unabashed brag about yourself? A lot of dudes don't get the opportunity to really talk about something really good about themselves, or that they've done or doing. So let's hear it, fellas. And by the way, nice cock. I got shot through the chest at age 16 by housebreakers, but I walked staggered the next day, and I was able to do some gentle waltzing 12 days after. I managed to remain cheerful and keep my chin up and my upper lip stiff. What? My job is secure and pays me more than I probably would make elsewhere with my experience level. Got in on the ground floor of the firm I work at and am now invaluable. Boss has admitted the firm wouldn't be as successful if I hadn't gone with him when he split from his last partnership. I make good money, I can put away some every month, I can occasionally splurge without losing my hair. And, most importantly, my job hours are pretty much set so I don't have to put in more than 40 to 45 most weeks. Life is good for me. I took a case to the United States Supreme Court as lawyer. I am a competitive laser tag player. I made it to the 34th best individual player in the country and last played for the 19th place team for nationals. I plan to play for a higher ranked team at the next nationals, whether that's next year or the year after. Damn, pandemic might cancel the comp. Edit. Competitive does not mean pro. To be pro we have to get paid. There is currently no pro scene for laser tag. We play for bragging rights. I got ripped in my early 30s. I pick up trash on the side of the road cause I hate litter. First time doing it, filled 7 55-gallon bags. For the first time in my life I, 27 male, decided to man up and go to a psychologist, and I'm fucking proud of it. Edit. The man up part is just a phrase to give a big middle finger against all the stigma in the world that men should just suck it up and deal with it. I feel more of a man now that I'm able to talk about my issues than keeping them to myself. I had a stroke when I was 14, have had almost a dozen mini strokes, TIAs, in the years since. I'm 28 now, have an undiagnosed condition causing joint pain in my hands and knees, and recently developed an autoimmune disorder. I powered through physical rehab, occupational therapy, and school, did my best, got the degree I wanted, and in January landed a dream of a job. Decent pay, flexible hours, great people, and a permanent contract with annual pay rises. Considering there was a time I thought I'd end up at home on disability benefits for life, I am immensely proud of what I've managed to do. I saved a little girl's life out camping with my wife. She fell into the campfire when her parents weren't looking. And I performed immediate intervention of her burns with my first aid kit plus gallons of cool water. She had to be airlifted out to a burn unit when she arrived at the fire station 20 minutes drive away. I hold the world record for 2-suit spider solitaire fastest time at 1:50. I sold the patent to a side project I was working to a multinational for a pretty nice chunk of equity. I was able to buy a rental property, land for a retirement home, and a sick-as condo to live in for now. This year has been the craziest time of my life, with the lowest lows and the highest highs. Also got accepted to grad school and start in a month, so looking forward to being busy. When I was younger, I really wanted to get a good job that pays $100,000 salary. I'm 32, I make more than that already and stand to max out above $200,000 in my career. Booyah. 4 years ago I wanted to move to France, learn the language and work in a super niche research area. Moved a year ago, and I'm set to start my research contract in October. I'm fucking crushing it. I benched 330 for the first time ever yesterday. Thanks for asking, op. I am super proud of myself for hitting that number, but I don't like bragging about it at the gym and my wife doesn't quite get it. I've played in the FIFA World Cup. I can be really entertaining when around people that allow me to be comfortable. I can spend an entire day moving, doing stuff and spending energy without getting exhausted, etc. And #X200B. Yeah, and I'm proud of my nice PP too, thanks for noticing it. I had a massive stroke at 13 years old, went through physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy with a smile on my face. Just graduated college and got my first manual car. I have this strange ability to set mental alarms that persist through sleep. If I need to be up at 4 a.m., I tell myself I need to be up at 4 a.m. and I will wake up at 4 a.m. sharp, no questions asked. No alarm clocks, no wake-up calls. Even if my sleep is piss poor, I still know I will always wake up at whatever time I've mentally set for myself. Strange thing to brag about, I know, but I think it's pretty cool. I, 30 male, have been depressed and suicidal for the majority of my life, but I've managed to stay alive and keep fighting, even during a pandemic with no friends, and being out of work for a few months. USA, I'm a dad to 1 Gen Xer and 2 millennials. I did a decent job raising them, and all 3 are decent people and good representatives for their generation. Wife and I financed our own way through my master's degree. I'll be graduating in a couple months debt-free with a $200K annual salary out of school. We will likely be millionaires within 5 to 6 years. That'll put me at 38. No silver spoon. No grants. No scholarships. Came from a middle-class family. That's my unabashed brag. Edit. People are asking me what I do for a living. I am finishing up CRNA school. Certified Registered Nurse Anesthetist. I do anesthesia. I already have a contract signed, so my job is confirmed. You all are awesome. So proud of all of you. I lost 50 pounds in under a month from jogging every day and by dieting. I graduated valedictorian of my high school this past year. I was high every day. I've achieved a rewarding, well-paying career I love after being born to lower-class abusive parents who disowned me. I'm only 26. I can mix on a vinyl DJ system, and have been teaching myself music production over these last 5 or so years and have made a few tracks that don't suck too bad. I can also drive a manual semi-truck, that's for a paycheck though. Had a big poopy earlier, was so big I thought my bumhole was torn and expected to see blood, but nope, it was cleaner than if Jesus had kissed it to bless it and grant me good fortune. I've started experimenting in my darkroom and have come up with an art process that as far as I know no one else in the world is doing. Also, I've gone out a whole 3 times with a girl, so pretty happy about that. Edit. Here's the art, printing maps onto wood using silver and light. I'm an established technician at a junior rank in the military. For a few years I was very underweight for my height. You know how some people will stress eat? Well, I do the opposite. When I'm stressed I fast. I did that for almost 4 years because of several bad things happening to me back to back, resulting in me feeling depressed and worthless. I finally snapped myself out of it and, with some encouragement and help from my wonderful fiancé, I managed to put on 20 pounds in under 2 months. I haven't looked this good in years. I taught myself how to play guitar and surf without any help. I'd never say this shit IRL, but I'm also the best heavy equipment operator at my company. I'd never mention this shit in real life, lol. I feel like an asshole now. My credit score has gone up almost 100 points since the pandemic started. 8. Whether or not it's something to brag about, I think I'm really good at reading people and empathizing and holding compassion for them. My last boss was trying to find a way to fire me because my customer service skills and knowledge for our business made him look bad. I got a job offer from a customer and now make more than him. I work 35 hours a week with a 1-hour paid lunch. He works 60 hours a week. He is allowed to eat lol. I also talked to the franchise owner to let him know about the legal liabilities my old manager was causing. He effectively dead-ended his career with the business because of his ego. I'm a pretty good dungeon master. I've concluded over 5 multi-year campaigns ranging from levels 1 to 16. I have excellent set pieces and player autonomy. And I'm constantly improving. I can yo-yo very well. According to my grandkids, I'm the world's best grandpa. Being that I'm generally a badass motherfucker, I believe it. I started streaming on Twitch, and almost tripled my followers yesterday. Beat me to it, I got big PP. That's it though, sorry, that's the only brag I got. I recovered from a 10-year toxic relationship. No money, getting evicted from 3 different places, borderline alcoholism, and way too much partying. I'll be in the position to buy a house beginning of next year. Also, I'm a nice person. While playing around with a katana M24 at the time, bought online, I cut down a fly that had been bugging me in mid-air. Then, days later, I beheaded another fly in mid-air, its head stuck on one side of the blade, its body falling to the floor. I have told this story to many people as my most impressive feat, but I somehow feel like an imposter because I don't really feel it was skill that made this happen. I also never quite know if people believe me or think I'm full of shit. Too long did not read I killed 2 flies in mid-air with a sword. I'm 25, recently bought my house, am having my first kid, paid off my 2 vehicles and credit card. I don't make a lot of money and my wife doesn't work, but I'm proud of the way we have handled our finances. The only debt we have are student loans and mortgage. There are other things that I'm proud I was able to do, but these are results of my family's efforts. I still have a job, I am in good health and I'm exploring possibilities for a side hustle. I went from a 300-pound loser 2 years ago who sat at home depressed playing video games 24/7 to a 169 ripped Special Forces candidate. I used to always shit on people for being like, just get up and do it, stop making excuses, to someone who listened to that. Start small and work your way up. You can make a world of a difference if you actually just tried. Resilience. Honestly, I've been through some things, and not just the normal kind of things that make people say, I've been through some things. I don't really understand exactly what keeps me going, but somehow I've managed to put myself back together. It may have taken 2 years, but I'm in therapy, and in spite of everything my own fucked up neurological genetics throws at me, I'm still here. After 7 years of continuously smoking weed, I'm almost a week sober. As well as cutting down from 6 burgers for dinner to actually having a fit and healthy clean diet I've been following for a month. I kick ass at board games, puzzles, and trivia. Plus I've got a great career and own a house while still in my early 20s. I can play drums, bass, guitar, and piano all at an intermediate to advanced level. Music is undoubtedly my passion, and being able to recreate sounds to my favorite songs and artists is one of the most satisfying things in my life. I don't really know anything other than the fact that I'm too stubborn to give up. I'm apparently mildly attractive, and I'm really funny. I've lost almost 60 pounds in a little under a year. I started working a warehouse job and I am already getting in much better shape than just losing fat, I'm now gaining muscle. It's just really nice. Went from 280 pounds to 220 pounds currently. I'm 6'6".